Second grade Unit 2, Lessons 1 through 6, you're practicing for both strategy and for automaticity. So you really have choices here. You can do this together as a class and build confidence. So the student leader will lead it and you'll run through it. Oftentimes teachers find it helpful to go through one row together, and then students will have their own cards and they'll either practice then in partners or they can practice in individuals. You might mix it up. One day is full class, the next day is in partners, the next day is independent. Your choice, but the goal of this quick practice for most of Unit 2 is to continue to provide support in building both the strategy. You'll see that with the strategy icon on this slide, and then again with automaticity with the blue icon on this slide. So either way, if students have their own cards or you're going through it as a class, you would say, students, read the equation with me. 9 plus 5 equals, think about it, the class would say 14. The student leader moves the blue cover and reveals that it is 14. Then we make a 10. Class, make a 10. And now we say 9 plus 1 makes a 10. Add 4 more makes 14. So you can see that we can slide the hint card or we can just delete it altogether. So the student leader can click it, delete it, and then we go through it together. 9 and 1 makes a 10. Add 4 more makes 14. Then we go through and we can do it with our fingers. So the student leader would say, class, put up 5 fingers. And now with 5 fingers up, we would say 9 and 1, we'd put down 1 finger, makes a 10. We can see that we have 4 more fingers up. How many are left? 4. 9 and 1 makes a 10. 4 left over makes 14. 10 and 4 make 14. So you can do both of these. I really like to do it with my fingers, but the visual's there for the students that aren't seeing how we broke up the 5. So then doing it with the picture and then again with your fingers helps students to see what you're doing, what that strategy really is. So again, you can divide up your 5-minute practice however you'd like. If you go through that as a class, or if you have students do it individually, like it's a transition, kids pick up their cards, they're practicing with them for 1 or 2 minutes, the timer goes off, the student leader goes to the front of the room, and now they maybe go through a slide just working on automaticity. So once I've gotten the strategy, now we just say, now let's just see if we know the answers. 9 plus 5, class, 14. 9 plus 8, class, 17. Remember, we just want a blended approach. We want students that can use the strategy, and then we want students that can take some of those cards and they can start to commit them to memory. So you'll do that now for the first 6 lessons of Unit 2. Once you get to lessons 7 through 15, the quick practice changes. Now, if you want to continue to use your green card in a transition time, have independence practice on this, that's always a good idea at other times of your day. But during this quick practice now, students are working on place value and they unscramble the number. So on this slide, I've given you what the number already unscrambled is. If you're using your real secret code cards, like your demonstration set, then the student leader would have 3 stacks, 10s, 1s, and 100s, and they would choose 1 card from each stack, mix them up, and then present them to the class and ask the class to unscramble them. In this case, it's presented for you. What do the cards equal? Think about it. Class, and the whole class should say 148. Let's say it again, expanded. 100 plus 4 10s plus 8 1s equals 148. And then you can move the arrows and go back to the next slide. So once we go back now to the next, we unscramble, then we're going to add 1, 10, and 100. So class, what's today's number? 58. Class, plus 1. Think about it. That's what the pause means. Plus 1, class, and the whole class would say 59. The student leader then can draw or write or bring up, I should say, the numbers 59. Ideally, they would have the secret code cards here because again, we're showing that the 50 didn't change, only the 1s changed. So even if they pull it down from here and they'd say plus 1 and everyone would say 59. Now, if the students are using the real demonstration secret code cards, of course we need to have an organized system so they can easily find the card that they're looking for and we're not spending a bunch of times looking for that card. So again, class, what's the number? And everyone would say 58. Class, plus 1, and everyone would say 59. Class, what's the number? 58. Plus 10, think about it. Class, 68. The student leader would bring over the 60, they would bring over the 8, And they would say, yes, 68 is 6 tens and 8 ones. That is 10 more than 58. Class, what's the number? 58 plus 100. Think about it. Class, and the whole class would say 158. So the student leader again can bring over the cards. Yes, 158 is 100, 5 tens, and 8 ones. That is 100 more than 58. Now you'll repeat that for every subsequent lesson. You'll have one slide of each, or as you get going, you'll start having 2 slides of each. And of course, the numbers will start to get more complex, like numbers in the 90s, where what happens when we add a 10, and we'll see that that's one of the first times that when we add a 10, we actually add in the 100 card again. So take a look at those. Again, there's 2 that happen from lessons 7 through the end of the unit, lesson 15.